Welcome to Race Classic TV.
Welcome to this edition of Race Classic TV. We're here at the 2009 VSCC SeeRed 70 event at Donington, the last race prior to the track closing for modification in preparation for hosting the British Grand Prix in 2010. We start with Anthony Howat telling us about the amazing car he has brought to this special VSCC event.
The car has a Hispano Suiza engine in it. Was built in 1930, the engine, and it's fitted into a Delage 500 CV rolling chassis and gearbox, which was 1926. The engine is V12, 27 litres.
Amazing.
And producing 585 brake horse.
That is truly incredible. And how much weight does it have to pull around? Doesn't look like a huge amount.
Yeah, it's around about 1.5, 1.6 tons. So yeah, it's a fairly heavy car, but most of the weight, as you can see, is in the front.
You must have quite a lot of grunt, though.
Huge torque, absolutely massive. Yes, you've got to be very gentle with the throttle. You can't stab at it, otherwise it'll just take off.
So how did it come to have the Hispano Suiza engine in it then?
Because the guy that, or the people that put it together, the guy that put it together, I mean, these engines are pretty rare. It just seemed a nice idea to put the engine into something that was of suitable size to see how it would perform. And it does, it runs extremely well, very well balanced.
Right, so, and how long have you been competing with the car?
On this particular one, I've been competing with this one only 2 years. Yeah, so I'm still learning.
And how's that gone?
Very, very well, yes. No, it's good. I'm doing all the circuits in the UK and the hill climbs, so great fun.
How did this morning's practice go then?
Yeah, this morning was fine. Plenty of wind, nice and dry. Donington's an interesting circuit. It's good for this car because there's some long, straight sections where you can really, put your boot down. But as you probably know, or you have been told, you hear the aircraft going over. On these long straights, and particularly that top bend, they get a little bit greasy, and everyone puts it down to the excess aircraft fuel falling on the ground.
That's what we've heard, although I suppose some of the older cars will drip a little bit of oil and mix that with rain.
It's lethal.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get any of that this afternoon.
It looks like we're going to have a lovely afternoon, so looking forward to it.
Well, I know that all of these races are very gentlemanly-like, although quite competitive. What are your chances today, then, you reckon?
Well, the car can do it. It's just a question of whether I'm feeling courageous enough.
I see. Well, it truly is an amazing looking car, and we do look forward to seeing you out on the track later today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we asked Anthony if he would fire up the massive 27-litre Hispano Suiza engine. Now, such is the immense heat that this engine generates, the radiator must be completely topped up before attempting to run it with the Delage stationary, even for a short period of time. Anthony said, in fact, that during the final parade lap of a race, he has to get the Delage off the track quickly and stop, as the slow pace fails to push enough air over the engine and it quickly begins to seriously overheat. I suppose you have to expect as much from an Aero engine accustomed to very high volumes of constant airflow, the price you pay for such a rare combination of chassis and engine. Here, Anthony can be seen pressurizing the fuel tank on the Delage with the large wooden handle you saw in the cockpit earlier. When the car was originally constructed, this would have been done regularly over the course of a race, either by the driver or riding mechanic. However, you may have noticed the copper pigtail-looking contraption near the back of the engine, outside the cowl. Anthony has taken a feed off the exhaust to do the work for him once the engine roars to life. And there it goes. And now, here's the Delage out on the track and sounding amazingly like a 1930s aircraft. Just what do the racers imagine is moving up on them? That's all from this edition of Race Classic TV. Be sure to join us again for more historic race event coverage.